Hi, Marshall. I'm Jacob Lassner. I work for WZBC Sports Radio. That was probably the best game that I've seen you guys play in my 2 years here. Can you talk about what the attitude was like going into the third period tied up like that?
Yeah, no, definitely. I think we've stressed winning hockey, doing the right things, like 6-on-5, focus on that, getting pucks out when we need to, not making blue line turnovers. But I think the boys were emotionally in the game, and, we played winning hockey at the end of the day, and it was good to see. And, obviously getting the win is a bonus.
What do you guys think made your penalty kill so effective against Northeastern?
I think we hounded the puck well. I think we got some clears, won a lot of draws. I know Cam Burke was really good in the face-off dot, so shout out to him. But I think overall, we just worked hard and moved our feet. I think when we move our feet, we're a really effective team. So we just got to keep doing that and keep building step by step.
You had a great opportunity that got turned away by Levi, and then you were finally able to score your first this season. How good did it feel to get that one?
Yeah, no, obviously, it felt good, but it's a full team effort. I think that's a really good hound by Jelvik getting the puck to the net, and it was good to get the first one. But at the end of the day, I'm more happy about the win, about the team. Going into Lowell on Tuesday, I think we're in a good mindset, and we just got to keep building. Have a good practice tomorrow and Monday, and then game Tuesday. So,
Sort of as leadership on the team. Sort of, what was the message after losing the game the way you did last night to sort of rebound 24 hours later and come out with a performance like this?
yeah, I think last night we didn't really have winning hockey. At the end of the day, we let up 3 goals at the end of the game, 9 minutes left. So I think tonight we want to really stress that, and we were put in a situation where we had to really work hard, and I think we did. But everyone was really locked in this morning. We had a good meeting, and I think the boys are ready, to keep going, keep pushing.
What was it like in the third period to have to keep going out there? Like, how did you keep your composure and not get tired out there? Like, I felt like you were playing for most of the period there.
Yeah, no, I'm blessed. I feel like I never really get tired. I don't know what it is. I just always have this next gear, but just stay in the game, stay locked in. Just every moment's important. Every shift after shift, just keep building. Don't really look at the clock. Just keep playing your game. It's the biggest thing.
It was a little bit more physical today. Hockey's matchups kind of how it is sometimes. How do you keep your composure, and how do you tell your teammates to keep their composure as well?
Yeah, I think playing a rival like Northeastern, obviously, it's going to get a little chippy. I think at the end we got to be a little bit more composed, But at the end of the day, it's a big matchup, and I think our team can, we can hit some bodies, we can play physical, and I think that's a little bit of our identity, playing fast and being physical. So, no, we love that. So it's good to see.
Also, all right.
Thank you, guys.
Thanks, sir.
First, it was great to see the response our guys had after that real tough one last night. I think the attitude today in the meeting was really strong, really positive, and you could see right from the first period they were emotionally invested in the game. I think the bench was alive the whole night. A lot of talk, a lot of energy, a lot of guys talking to help the guys on the ice, but also tons of compliments, rewarding the guys for their efforts out there. I think when you have that emotional attachment, it brings the whole bench. Everyone feeds off it, and it was one of our best games today. More.
What do you think your team did better tonight than especially in those last 10 minutes last night, playing late with a lead?
Yeah, we kept it more simple. I think last night when we started after we got the fourth goal, we really started to back off almost. Instead of keeping our foot down and keep pushing, we started to retreat, and then we gave them space, free ice, and all of a sudden they were like, "Whoa, we can make some plays here." So we didn't have that kind of retreat in us tonight. I think we stayed positive and stayed forceful the whole game.
Lenny gets tossed halfway through the first, or at the end of the first period. How did you adapt on the bench, and how do you think your team adapted on the ice?
They adapted well. I said we have to rein in our emotions and be smarter than that. Up to that point, the game was going pretty well for us, and that was probably the beginning of the turnaround for them. They did a great job with a lot of pushback to get back in that. But, it wasn't, the guys responded well to someone getting tossed. They didn't lose their minds and get mad at the refs or anything like that. But it just, that we can't make the game harder on ourselves. It's hard enough as it is.
As a coach, what's your message to the team after some tempers boil over like that? Like, how do you get your guys to just gather themselves and get to the locker room? And what's your message once they get there to, like, I don't know, kind of diffuse the situation?
You have to be able to control your emotions. If you lose them like that and take needless penalties, it's always going to come back and get you at some point. You have to play with emotion. It's an emotional game, but you have to know where the line is. And you get close to the line, but you got to stay on the right side of it. Charlie's a strong defenseman for us, and losing him for a huge chunk of the game just doesn't help us. So we have to be smarter. In Merrimack, Gustafson took a similar penalty. He didn't get kicked out of the game, but again, it's a 5-minute penalty that we can avoid. You have to be able to know where that line is and avoid the silly ones like that.
What do you see from Cutter Gauthier, who obviously broke out in a big way last night and again tonight? How valuable has he been patrolling that first line center spot for you?
Cutter's a tremendous player. I thought tonight was his best game. He was really invested in it. That's as vocal as he's been on the bench. Really supportive, and he moved his legs. He always shows us a few things on the ice, but I love the way he was attentive and really encouraging for the rest of the guys. Really strong team game tonight from him.
I noticed late in the third period that you changed up the lines a little bit. What was your motivation to change up the lines, and who did you trust out there in the end of the game?
We were mixing and matching a lot because of the face-offs. I think we were going with the guys who were doing well in the face-off dot. Northeastern is very good at face-offs, and they gave us real trouble last night, so we were trying to see who was having a good night and always making sure that, if it was our best 2 or 3 guys, we were making sure one of them was always in on face-off. So if we could get the lines back together after the face-off, if we got a clear, we did, but if we didn't, then the guys know their jobs, and